Hello students, how are you all? I hope you all are doing great. I am Neha Rajvanshi and I welcome you all in our today's class, that is English class of class 9th. So students, in today's video we will start reading with our next poem from the book Beehive. This is poem number 6, okay, and the name of the poem is No Men Are Foreign, right? And this poem is written by Mr. James Kirkup. So he is the poet of this poem, okay. So it is very simple poem, very easy poem, but this poem is having a very great message, right? A very big message for all of us. So let's start the poem. First of all, let's see before you read, okay, so before starting reading the poem, let's get some idea about the poem, okay. Have you ever thought of some people as strange or other countries as foreign? Okay, so we are having this question in front of us. So the question is that, have you ever thought of some people as strange? Okay, so are there some people who are strangers for you, right? And are there some countries that are foreign for you? Okay, so it is quite natural that for all of us, the other countries, okay, all the other countries are foreign for us, right? And all the people जिनको हम नहीं जानते हैं, so all those people are stranger for us, okay. But the poet is saying that we have many ways of thinking of other people as different from us as them, okay. So poet is saying that there are many ways जिसके बेस पे we are making some sub groups, okay, and we are considering that we are us and other people are them, okay. It means we can we can make some groups, okay, and then we can consider that this land, this country, it belongs to us, right? And that country, that land, or that stuff, okay, they belong to them, okay. They may belong to a different country or speak a different language, okay. और ये जो हम क्लासिफिकेशन कर देते हैं और हम us और they को अलग अलग कर देते हैं, कैटेगरीज बना देते हैं. सो ये जो they हैं, okay, they may belong to a different country, okay, or maybe they are the people who are speaking a different language, okay. So on the basis of the language, on the basis of caste and race or country, we can classify the other people, we can make a difference, we can make a discrimination between people, okay. In this poem, however, the poet reminds us of the many ways in which we all are the same, for we all are humans, okay. But in this poem, we will read that the poet is reminding us, right, and he's saying that there are many ways in which we all are the same, okay, regardless of all the differences, regardless of different language, different country, different caste, different color, different race. Ultimately, we all are same. Why? Because we all are humans, okay. So this is the message that this poem is having, that ultimately we all are humans and we all humans are same, we all are equal, okay. So there should be no discrimination, there should be no distinction between person to person, between people who are having some other language, who are having some other skin color, or who are from some other countries, right? Because we should always remember this thing, that ultimately we all are humans, okay. This is the reason we all are same, we all are equal, okay. So this poem is having this very beautiful message, and the poet, he is very successful by conveying this message through this poem, okay. So let's start the poem now. So this poem is having 5 stanzas, okay. So this is the very first stanza of the poem. So let's read the lines first. Remember, no men are strange, no countries foreign. Beneath all uniforms, a single body breathes. Like ours, the land our brothers walk upon is earth, like this in which we all shall lie, okay. So in this opening stanza of the poem, the poet, he is giving the message, okay, that we all are same because we all are humans, okay. So let's understand the explanation of the stanza. So the poet is saying that we should always remember this thing, we should always have this thing in our mind, okay, and we should never ever forget this thing, right, that no men are strange and no country is foreign, okay. It means no men are strange for us, okay. There is no person who is a stranger for us, and there is no country that is a foreign country for us. It means all the people are equal, all the people are same, okay. This is the reason no one is a stranger for us, okay, and entire world is same, okay. All the earth here is same, okay. This is the reason no one country is there that is, we can say, that is a foreign country, right? Because the entire earth, entire world is the same, entire world is one, okay. So the poem is giving the message of oneness, okay. Beneath all uniforms, a single body breathes, okay. So now the poet, he is explaining this thing, that how is it possible that no man are strange and no countries are foreign. Okay, so now he is explaining this thing, he is describing this thing, and he is saying that beneath all uniforms a single body breathes. Okay, so what beneath means? Beneath means under. Okay, and beneath all uniforms, so what is uniform? So we can interpret this word uniform in two ways. Okay, so first we can say uniform means the different costumes, the different dresses of different countries, right? So students, in this picture we can see all the images, they are having different dresses, okay, according to the culture of their country. Okay, so each and every country, it is having their own a very particular culture. Okay, and the citizens of that country, they are they wear a very particular dress. Okay, so we can say uniform means the particular dress, or we can say different costumes that are worn by the different citizens. Okay, or we can say uniform means the different uniforms of the soldiers. Okay, so each and every country, they are having different kinds of uniforms for their soldiers. Okay, so we can say that poet is trying to say that beneath all uniforms, it means beneath all different kinds of dresses, or beneath all different kinds of soldiers uniform, okay, there is a single body that breathes. Okay, so we can say that outward we all are different. Okay, because we all wear different kinds of dresses, we all wear different kinds of uniform. Okay, but beneath that uniform, under that uniform, we all are having a single body, we all are having exactly same body. Okay, and we all are having a body that breathes, okay, like ours. Okay, and that body is just like of our body. Okay, so as we are having a body, okay, so all the people who are from a different country, okay, so they all are having the same body just like ours. Okay, so the poet is trying to say that there is no difference. Okay, we can say that okay, outwardly we all are having a different particular dress. Okay, we all are having different uniforms. Okay, but under that uniforms, we all are having exactly same body. Okay, so in that body there is no any difference. Okay, the land our brothers walk upon is earth like this. Okay, and there is no difference in the land. Okay, the land on which our brothers walk upon. Okay, so the word brothers, it referred to all the people who are from the different countries. Okay, so they are just like our brothers. So the land on which our brothers walk is earth. Okay, so we all walk on earth because the land is same. Okay, throughout the entire world the land is same. Okay, so we walk on earth, and the other people from the different countries, they also use the same land, the same earth. Okay, in which we all shall lie. Okay, and this is the earth on which we are walking right now when we all are alive, and the day when we all will die, okay, then we all will be buried under the same earth. Okay, so there is no difference in the way जिस तरह से हम रहते हैं, जिस अर्थ पे हम जिस अर्थ को हम यूज करते हैं, जिस अर्थ पे हम चलते हैं, and there is no difference that after death, okay, we all will be buried under the same earth. Okay, so there is no difference before death, and after the death there is no difference. Okay, so this is the message that the poet is just wants to present, and he is trying to say that this thing we should always remember, we should never ever forget this thing, that there is no person in this world that is a stranger for us, and there is no country in this world that is a foreign country for us, right? Because there is no difference in the entire world. The entire world is same, the entire earth is same. Okay, next he is saying that beneath all the different kinds of uniforms, beneath all the different kinds of dresses, costumes, or the uniforms of the soldiers, there is a single body that breathes. Okay, and that body is just like ours body, there is no difference in that body. Okay, so outwardly we all are different. Okay, but if we are talking about the inward body, that we all are having the exactly same body. Okay, next he is saying that there is no difference if we are talking about the land. Okay, because we are using this land, that is earth, and the brothers, okay, our brothers, it means the people who are from the different countries, they also use the same land, the same earth. Okay, and this is the earth that we are using right now, right? We are walking on this earth, we are using this earth, and after our death we will be buried, okay, in this earth only. Okay, so this is the thing that is equal in the entire world, that is the same in the entire world. So basis of on these things, we can say that yes, all the earth is same. It means all the people, all the humans, they are same. So there should be no discrimination, distinction, there should be no distinction, okay, and we should love all the people, we should respect all the people, because we all are same, because we all are humans. Clear? So this is the first stanza of the poem. Now let's discuss some of the literary devices. First of all, let's see the rhyme scheme. So let's mark the words. First word is foreign, second is breathes, next is upon, and last is lie. Okay, so let's see that, you know, is there any rhyming word? So let's see, foreign, breathes, upon, lie. No, all the words are having a very different rhyme scheme, right? It means in the poem there is no rhyme scheme. Okay, so we can say that this poem, it is an example of a free verse. Okay, so free verse is a poem in which there is no particular rhyme scheme, in which there is no particular rhythm. Okay, so such poems are known as a free verse, and this poem is also a very good example of free verse. Okay, because no rhyme scheme is there in this stanza. Clear? Okay, one more literary device that we can see here is metaphor. So what is metaphor? Metaphor is a literary device in which there is a comparison. Okay, so now we can see here beneath all uniforms. Okay, so the word uniforms, it is used to refer the different kinds of dresses, or we can say the different kinds of uniforms, okay, of the soldiers. So right, so this word uniforms, it is a metaphor. Clear? One more literary term that we can see here is enjambment. So what is enjambment? Enjambment is also a kind of literary device, and in this literary device we can see that, you know, one sentence, it continues to the next line also without any punctuation mark, without any pause. Okay, so we can see here that, you know, after foreign, after brace, after upon, there is no punctuation mark, only one full stop is there at the end of the stanza, right? So this is the example of enjambment, when, you know, one sentence, it continues to the next line also without any punctuation mark, without any pause. Okay, so this is the example of enjambment. Clear? Next, the second stanza of the poem. So let's read the lines first. They too, aware of sun and air and water, are fed by peaceful harvests, by war's long winters starved. Their hands are ours, and in their lines we read a labor no different from our own. Okay, so this is the second stanza of the poem, and in this stanza also the poet is, you know, explaining the same thing, that, you know, why all the people, they are, you know, no one is there who is strange for us, and no country is there that is a foreign country for us, and why we all are same, why we all are equal. Okay, so he is explaining the same thing in this stanza also. So he is saying that, you know, they, who are they? They means people who are from the different country, who are from the other countries. Okay, so he is saying that, you know, they too, aware of sun and air and water. Okay, so what the poet is trying to say, the poet means that, you know, as we use the sun, we use the sunlight, we use the, you know, the rays of sun, okay, for warmth, for heat. Okay, and as we all use air, we all use water, similarly the people from the different countries, they also use the same sun, they also use the same air, they also use the same water, just like us. Okay, so again he is trying to say that there is no difference. Okay, आपको एक बार ऐसा लग सकता है that, okay, they are, you know, from the other countries. Okay, they are having a very different culture, they are having some other kind of traditions. Okay, but ultimately अगर हम, you know, details में देखें, if we will analyze, then we will find this thing that no, there is no difference, because, you know, the natural resources, or we can say the natural beauty, or we can say the nature is same throughout the entire world. Okay, so जो nature है, okay, that nature cannot create any kind of discrimination between the two countries. Okay, so the poet is trying to say that, you know, when nature does not create any kind of discrimination, then why we human beings, we are having so many discriminations, so many differences. Okay, so the poet is saying that, you know, nature is same, just exactly same throughout the entire world. The sun, the air, the water, everything is same. Okay, throughout the entire world. Okay, next he is saying that, you know, are fed by peaceful harvests, by war's long winter starved. Okay, next the poet, again he is having this very important message, and he is saying that, you know, they are fed by peaceful harvest. It means harvest, let's understand the word first. Harvest means crops, okay? So what peaceful harvest means? So the poet is trying to say that when there is peace in the world, it means when there is no war, okay? When there is peace, okay? Then everyone is having, you know, enough harvest, everyone is having enough crop, okay? It means, you know, जब peace होता है, जब war नहीं होती है, then you know there is some kind of prosperity is there, right? तब किसी को किसी भी चीज़ की कमी नहीं होती है, everything is there, okay? In a enough quantity for everyone, right? So जब peaceful atmosphere होता है, when there is no war, then you know everyone is having the crops, everyone is having the harvest, everyone is having the enough grain, right? By war's long winter stout, but when there is war, okay, तब क्या होता है? Then everyone is stout, okay? So what is stout? Stout means to suffer or die because of hunger. It means when there is war, okay? So war के टाइम क्या होता है? हर एक कंट्री की जो हार्वेस्ट होती है, right, वो टोटली डिस्ट्रॉय हो जाती है, okay? And because of that, all the citizens they starved, right? They suffered, they died because of hunger, because there is no enough grain, there is no enough harvest for all the citizens, for all the people, okay? So the poet is trying to say that you know war जो होती है वो किसी के लिए भी you know अच्छी नहीं होती है, because you know peace अगर है, अगर वर्ल्ड में if there is no war, there is no fight between two countries, then you know हर जगह you know prosperities होती है, okay? And at that time all the citizens, all the people, they are having enough quantity of food, enough quantity of grain, okay? But when there is war, okay, then all the countries, or we can say all the different kinds of parties, everyone suffer, okay? And especially the citizens, right? Because you know उनको food नहीं मिलता है, उनको enough quantity में grain नहीं मिलता है, harvest जो है वो destroy हो जाती हैं. So ये जो war है, okay, this is compared by the winter, because winter season में भी ऐसा होता है, okay? जब winter होती है, right, तब भी क्या होता है, जो harvest होती है, जो crops होता है, वो destroy हो जाता है, right? So the poet is trying to say that जो लंबे टाइम तक war चलती है, that is just like of winter, and because of that everyone suffer, everyone die because of hunger, because all the harvest, okay, all the crops, all the fields, right, they are destroyed because of the war. And then the citizens, or we can say then the people, they are not having the enough quantity of food, okay? So the poet is saying that you know when there is peace, when there is no war, then all the people, okay, they are having very peaceful life, they are having prosperity, and they are having enough quantity of food to eat, okay? But when there is war, okay, then all the citizens, all the people, they suffer, they die because of hunger. Clear? Next the poet is saying their hands are ours, and in their lines we read a labor no different from our own, okay? So next he is saying that you know their hands are ours. It means there is no difference in the physical structure of all the people, okay? It means as if we are having two hands, okay? Similarly the people who are from the different countries, they also are having the two hands just like ours, okay? So again the poet is trying to say that there is no difference, okay? If we are talking about the physical structure, physical appearance, it means जो God है, right, जब उन्होंने humans को create किया, so he does not make any kind of discrimination, right? उन्होंने सभी humans को बिल्कुल exactly same बनाया है, okay? जो physical structure है वो सबका same है, okay? We all are having you know the same physical structure, okay? We all humans are having the same structure, right? चाहे कोई किसी भी country से हो, हम अलग अलग countries के citizens को अगर हम देखेंगे, so ऐसा नहीं है कि हमें लगेगा कि okay we are having two hands, right, but those citizens they are having only one, or we can say they are having three hands. No, it is not like that. The physical appearance, or we can say the physical structures of all the humans is exactly same, okay, regardless of this fact that they are from which country, right? It means जब God ने humans को create किया था, so at that time he does not make any kind of discrimination. He created all the humans exactly same, okay? So this is the reason that their hands are just like ours, okay? And in their lines we read, okay, and in the lines of the hand, okay, we can read, okay, what we can read, a labor no different from our own, okay? We can read a labor, it means we can read hard work, okay? How? So you know ये बहुत ही common सी बात है that you know if we are working very hard, okay, if we are doing so many efforts, so many hard efforts, so you know this thing is very much visible from the appearance of our hands. Okay, अगर हम बहुत ज़्यादा हार्ड वर्क करते हैं तो हमारे हैंड्स जो होते हैं वो बहुत ज़्यादा हार्ड हो जाते हैं, बहुत ज़्यादा रफ हो जाते हैं. ओके, सो ऐसे में कोई भी अगर हमारे हाथों को देखेगा, सो एवरीवन कैन टेल दैट ओके यू आर वर्किंग वेरी हार्ड, you are doing a lot of efforts. Clear? So poet is saying that we can read the lines of their hands. Okay, it means we can understand if we look at their hands, then we can understand that yes, they are working very hard, they are doing a lot of efforts. Okay, and that effort, that hard work is not different from our own. Okay, it means as we are doing hard work, we all are having a lot of efforts. Okay, we all are doing so many so much hard work to achieve our goals. Similarly, all the citizens, all the people from the different countries, they also doing the same hard work, they also having the same efforts. Okay, in their life. Okay, and as जो हमारे hands होते हैं वो rough हो जाते हैं, वो hard हो जाते हैं because of the hard work, because of the effort. Similarly, जो उनके hands हैं वो भी ऐसे ही rough हो जाते हैं. So इस चीज में भी कोई भी difference नहीं है. Clear? So this is the second stanza of the poem, and in this stanza also the poet he is giving many kinds of reasons. Okay, and he is explaining this thing that why we should not consider the other people, other citizens as stranger, and why we should not consider other countries as foreign countries. Okay, so he is saying in this stanza that the people from the other countries, they are using the same sun, the same air, the same water as we all use. It means the nature, it does not have any kind of discrimination. The natural beauties, the natural objects, or we can say the nature, it is same throughout the entire world. Okay, next he is saying that if there is peace, if there is no war, if there is no fight in the world, then all the people, all the citizens of the different countries, they are having a very peaceful life. Okay, and they are having prosperity. Okay, and they are having enough food to eat. Okay, but when there is war, then all the people, they suffer, they die because of hunger, because at that time all the fields, all the harvest, okay, everything is destroyed because of war. It means जो war है वो किसी के भी फेवर में नहीं है. war से किसी को बिल्कुल भी बेनिफिट नहीं होता है. जब war होती है तो सब हर किसी को लॉस होता है. बट इफ देयर इज पीस, ओके, सो ऐसे में हर किसी को बेनिफिट होते हैं, हर जगह प्रॉस्पेरिटी होती है. क्लियर? नेक्स्ट ही इज सेइंग दैट if we are looking at their physical structure, okay, then also we will find that there is no difference. Okay, because God created all the human beings exactly same. Okay, the physical structure of all the human beings is exactly same. We are having two hands. Okay, just like the people from the different countries, they are also having the exactly two hands. Okay, and as we are doing a lot of hard work, as we are doing a lot of efforts in our life with our hands, using our hands, similarly the people from the different countries, they also use their hands. Okay, and they also use their hands to do a lot of hard work, to do a lot of efforts in their life. Okay, और जिस तरह से हमारे हाथ रफ हो जाते हैं, हार्ड हो जाते हैं because of the hard work, the same thing happens with them also. Clear? So this passage is having this stanza, the second stanza of the poem. Okay, so in this stanza again we can see some of the literary devices. As I have told you earlier that this poem is an example of free verse, so no rhyme scheme is there. Okay, but we can see example of metaphor in this stanza, like read this line, war's long winter stout. Okay, so in this line war is compared by the winter, because in the winter season, right, जिस तरह से जो crops होती हैं, harvest होती हैं, वो destroy हो जाती है because of the bad weather. Similarly the same thing happens when there is war. Okay, so जो war है that is compared by the winter season. So this is the example of metaphor. Clear? Next, the third stanza of the poem. Remember, they have eyes like ours that wake or sleep, and strength that can be won by love. In every land is common life that all can recognize and understand. Okay, so in this stanza also the poet is giving so many examples, so many reasons to understand this thing, that we all are human beings and we all are same, we all are just equal. Okay, so let's understand. The poet is saying remember. Okay, so again he is repeating this word remember. Okay, because he wanted to lay emphasis on this thing that we should always remember this thing. This thing should be always in our mind. We should never ever forget this thing, right? Because this is really very important, this thing. So we should always remember that they have eyes like ours. Okay, because you know they are the people, the citizens from the different countries. Okay, so the poet is saying that you know they have eyes like ours. Okay, so again he is saying that you know we all are having two eyes. Okay, similarly the people, the citizens of the different countries, they are also having the same two eyes. Okay, and the eyes like ours that wake or sleep. Okay, so as we use our eyes, okay, जब हम सुबह जागते हैं so okay, so हमारी आई जो होती है वो खुल जाती है. Okay, और जब हम रात को सोते हैं so आई से ही हम सोते हैं. Okay, so we use our eyes to wake and sleep. Similarly all the people, all the citizens of the different countries, they also use their eyes to wake and sleep. So okay, so again the poet is trying to say that there is no discrimination, there is no difference. Okay, all the physical structure, all the physical appearance is the same. Okay, चाहे किसी भी country के हो हम, लेकिन सबका जो physical structure है that is exactly same. Clear? Next the poet is saying that you know and strength that can be won by love. It means he is saying that you know all the people, they are having the strength, and that strength can be won only by love. Okay, so again the poet is giving this message that if you want to win someone, okay, अगर कोई बहुत ज़्यादा powerful है, बहुत ज़्यादा strong है, okay, कोई बहुत ज़्यादा physically strong है, okay, and if you want to win that person, so there is only one way to win that person, and that way is that we can win that person by love. Okay, so the poet is trying to say कि आप किसी से war करके, किसी से fight करके किसी को you know किसी को आप win नहीं कर सकते हो, but if you want to win someone, then there is only one way, and that way is that you can win anyone by just love. Okay, so the poet again he is trying to spread this message. Okay, that war जो होती है वो किसी के लिए भी beneficial नहीं होती है. There is no benefit with war. Okay, so there should be peace, there should be harmony, there should be love. Okay, between the people, between the citizens of different countries. Okay, next he is saying that in every land is common life. Okay, so again he is having the same idea, and he is having the you know he is saying the same thing. He is saying that you know in every land, it means in every country there is common life. Okay, it means common life means in our country, okay, there is you know human beings are there, right, natural objects are there, natural beauty is there, right, trees are there, okay, or we can say water bodies are there, okay, rivers are there, seas, oceans, ponds are there, okay, animals are there, okay, aquatic animals, birds, okay, wild animals. So this is the you know life in our country, in our land. Okay, and in every country we can see the common life. It means in every country there are human beings, in every country, okay, there are mountains, there are trees, natural objects are there, okay, and in every country there are animals, birds, aquatic animals, okay, just like our country. Okay, so in each and every country there is a common life, there is no difference. Okay, जो creatures हैं, जो human beings हैं, जो natural objects हैं, जो natural beauty हैं, okay, everything is same. आप कहीं भी चले जाओ, you will find the common life there. Okay, ऐसा नहीं है कि कहीं जाके आपको ऐसा लगेगा कि ये हम कहाँ आ गए, ये किस तरह के creature है, या फिर you know ये किस तरह के human beings हैं, ये हमसे इतने different क्यों हैं. So ऐसा आपको कहीं भी नहीं लगेगा. In the entire world, anywhere you will go, in any country you will go, you will find a common life. Okay, everywhere there is a common life. Clear? That all can recognize and understand. Okay, and this thing that there is a common life throughout the world, this thing we all can recognize, we all can understand this thing, because yes, this is a fact. Okay, so we all will accept this thing that yes, there is a common life throughout the world, and we all can recognize this thing, we all can understand this thing, we all can accept this thing without any argument, because yes, this is a fact, this is true that throughout the entire world there is a common life. Okay, so this is the third stanza of the poem, and in this stanza also the poet is presenting so many ways, okay, by which we can say, on the basis of which we can say that yes, we all are human beings and we all are same. There should be no discrimination, okay, but there should be love, there should be respect, there should be harmony, okay, between the different citizens of different countries, because जो war होती है, जो fight होती है, that is not at all beneficial. Okay, so the poet is having this message that if we want to win someone, okay, a person who is very strong, okay, so how can we win? We can win by love, okay. अगर हम war करेंगे, fight करेंगे, so that is not a solution, but love से, respect से, okay, एक harmony से we can win anyone. Clear? And the poet is saying the same thing again, that there is a common life throughout the world. You can go to any country, okay, you can go to any land, you will find the same life, you will find the common life there. Okay, next, let us remember, whenever we are told to hate our brothers, it is ourselves that we shall dispossess, betray, condemn. Remember, we who take arms against each other. Okay, so this is the fourth stanza of the poem, and in the first three stanzas of the poem, the poet was having this thing that we all are human beings and we all are same, right? And he was presenting so many ideas, so many ways, right? And on the basis of that ways, he was trying to make us understand this thing, that we should love, we should respect each other, because yes, we are same, so there should be no discrimination, there should be no difference, right? Now in this fourth stanza, he is saying that let us remember. Okay, so again he is repeating this word remember. So again he is having this emphasis on this idea, and he is saying that we should never ever forget this thing. This idea should be always in our mind. Okay, so he is saying that we should always remember this thing, that whenever we are told, okay, to hate our brothers, it is ourselves that we shall dispossess, betray or condemn. Okay, so he is saying that whenever we are told, right, what, to hate our brothers. Again, who are brothers? Brothers are the people, or we can say the citizens of different countries, right? So the poet is saying that whenever you are told to hate your brothers, right, and when at the war time, right, so when there is war, when there is fight between two countries, and when there is a feeling of hate in your mind, okay, for the people of different country, right? So at that time, actually what are you doing? So poet is saying that it is ourselves that we shall dispossess, betray and condemn. Okay, so the poet is saying that when you hate other people, right, when there is war, when there is fight, right, and when there is this kind of feeling of hatred in your mind, okay, so at that time you are having the feeling of dispossess, right, you are betraying, you are condemning yourself. It means dispossess means deprive. Okay, so the poet is saying that when you are hating other citizen, other people, right, when you are having the feeling of hatred in your mind, so at that time you are depriving yourself. Okay, you are depriving yourself from all the good things, for all the good thoughts, okay, for all the goodness, right? So, and you are betraying yourself. Betray means to cheat, right? So because you are a human being, you should have all the good qualities, right? But instead of good qualities, if there is hatred in your mind, so you are cheating yourself, right? Because you are not doing as all the human beings should do, right? So you are cheating yourself and you are condemning yourself. Condemn means to criticize. Okay, now because you are doing wrong deeds, your actions are wrong, okay, so you are criticizing yourself. Okay, so the poet is saying that when there is hatred in our mind for the other citizens, okay, for the citizens of different countries, right, so at that time we are depriving ourselves. Okay, we are harming ourselves, right? We will cause no harm to those citizens, those people, but we are causing a lot of harm to ourselves. Okay, how? Because we are depriving ourselves from all the good qualities, from all the goodness, from all the good thoughts, right? We are cheating ourselves because we are humans, so we should have all the good qualities, right? But instead of good qualities, we are having hatred, right? It means we are cheating ourselves and we are criticizing ourselves. Okay, so we will not cause any harm to others, but we are harming ourselves when we hate other people. Clear? And the poet is having this thing that whenever we are told, okay? So why we hate other people? Because we are told to hate, okay, other people, other citizen, right? And who are those people who tell us to hate, okay? So those are the people who are having, you know, some kind of benefits because of war, okay? So there are some people, there are some organizations in this world, okay, who want that there should be war, there should be fight between two countries, because war is beneficial for those people, right? There may be some political leaders, okay, or there may be some businessmen, right, who want that, you know, war should be there, okay, because war is good for their business, right? And those are the people who don't want peace, okay, who don't want harmony, right? And those people tell us that we should hate other people, we should have this feeling of hatred in our mind for the people of different countries, okay? And those are the people who tell us about the differences, okay? But if we actually follow those people, if we actually, you know, follow those instructions, okay, and if we are having the feeling of hatred in our mind, then that ultimately we are causing a lot of harm to ourselves, right? Because we are depriving ourselves, we are cheating ourselves, and we are criticizing ourselves. Clear? Next, the poet is saying, remember, we who take arms against each other, okay? Again, the poet is repeating this word, remember, and he's saying that, you know, who is the person who is, you know, depriving, cheating, or criticize. So he is again explaining this thing, and he's saying that, you know, we who take arms against each other, right? We who are in the fight, who are in the war with the other people, with the other countries, right? So अगर हम दूसरे countries के against, you know, अगर हम weapons उठा लेते हैं, हम किसी भी तरह के, you know, arms, you know, यूज कर रहे हैं, so at that time हम दूसरों को, you know, कोई लॉस नहीं कर रहे, दूसरों को हम हार्म नहीं कर रहे, but ultimately we are causing a lot of harm to ourselves. And how? So the poet has explained this thing already. Okay, so one more time, let's understand the fourth stanza of the poem. So in this stanza, the poet is saying that we should always remember this thing, that there are some people who want that there should be war in the world because war is beneficial to them. Okay, so there can be some political leader, right? There can be some organizations, some groups, or we can say there can be some businessmen, right? And war is good for their business. Okay, so those people always want that there should be war. Okay, and you know, for that those people always tell other people that you should hate those people, you should be, you know, you should have this feeling of hatred in your mind because they are not your brothers, they are from different countries. Okay, there is a lot of difference. Okay, there is a lot of discrimination. Okay, but if we follow those people, if we follow, you know, those instruction, okay, and if we have the feeling of hatred in our mind, then the poet is saying that, you know, if we hate our brothers, okay, then we are causing a lot of harm to ourselves. Okay, and then we shall deprive ourselves from all the goodness, from all the good qualities. We are cheating ourselves and we are criticizing ourselves. Okay, and who we, the people who use arms, or we can say who take weapons against the people of different countries. Okay, so again the poet is having this message that, you know, there should be love, there should be harmony, there should be the feeling of brotherhood and onehood in our mind. Okay, because we all are humans, as the poet has told in the previous three stanzas, that there is no discrimination, there is no distinction. Okay, entire world is same, the all the land, all the earth is same, and all the human beings are same. Okay, the physical structure is same, the body is same. Okay, so there is no difference. Okay, so no discrimination, no distinction will be there, but there should be love, there should be respect, there should be harmony. Clear? So this is the last stanza of the poem. Let's read the lines. It is the human earth that we defile. Our hells of fire and dust outrace the innocence of air that is everywhere our own. Remember, no men are foreign and no country is strange. Okay, so this is the last concluding stanza of the poem. And in this stanza, the poet is saying this thing, that it is the human earth that we defile. Defile means to make dirty, or we can say to pollute. Okay, so poet is, you know, having this idea. He is saying that, you know, if we are taking arms, if we are using weapons against other countries, okay, if we are indulging in wars, okay, then what we are doing, so we are polluting, we are making this earth, this human earth dirty. Okay, so the poet is saying that, you know, अगर आप war कर रहे हो, if you are, you know, taking all the arms, if you are having all the weapons against the other countries, then you are polluting your mother, mother earth, okay? You are making your own earth a dirty one, okay? Our hells of fire and dust outrage the innocence of air, okay? Next, the poet is saying that when there is war, okay, when two countries are having a war or they are having a fight, okay, so ऐसे में क्या होता है, there is a lot of fire and dust, okay? Fire means जब वहाँ पे explosion होते हैं, okay? So because of the explosion, because of the bomb, there is fire, and because of all that, because of war, there is dust, okay? And वो इतनी ज़्यादा होती है, इतनी ज़्यादा quantity में होता है, that poet is saying that it is like hells of fire and hells of dust, okay? And all this fire and dust is there because of war, because of fight, because of violence, okay? And this violence ultimately क्या करता है, it outrages the innocence of air, okay? Again, outrage means to pollute, okay? And innocence means something that is very pure, or we can say the purity, okay? So the poet is saying that if we are indulging in war, if we are indulging in fight or any kind of violence, then we are polluting what, the purity of air, okay? Or we can say the atmosphere, or we can say the environment, or we can say the nature, okay? So we are polluting our own nature, we are polluting our own atmosphere, okay? That is everywhere our own, okay? And this nature, this atmosphere, or we can say this air is same everywhere, okay? And this air, this atmosphere, this nature is our own, okay? And this nature is for to enjoy, to use, okay? But we are polluting this nature, we are polluting this air, we are polluting this atmosphere because of our war, because of our violence, okay? Next, the poet is saying, again he is repeating the same idea, and he is saying, remember, no man are foreign and no country is strange, okay? So the poet, he started the poem with these lines, and after that, throughout the poem he was explaining this thing, that why all men are, there is no man who is foreign and there is no country that is strange for us. And the poet, he is concluding the poem with the same lines. So the last lines of the poem are the same, exactly same. So again he is saying this thing, that remember, no men are foreign and no countries is strange. Okay, so this is the last stanza of the poem, and in this stanza the poet is having this idea that if we are indulging in any kind of war, fight, or we can say violence, then we are polluting our mother earth, okay? And because of the fire, because of the dust, okay, जो कि एक्चुअल में क्या है, जो कि वॉर की वजह से, फाइट की वजह से, वायलेंस की वजह से होता है, so because of that we are polluting the innocence of air, we are polluting the pure air, we are polluting the purity of nature, the purity of atmosphere, okay? And this nature, this air, this atmosphere is everywhere throughout the world, and this nature is just for us, okay? This is our own nature, this is our own air, okay? So we should protect this, right? We should use our nature, we should enjoy our nature, and we should protect our nature, right? But because of violence, because of war, because of fight, because of all ill feelings, because of hatred, we are actually polluting our own nature, we are polluting our own air, okay? Next, in the last two lines of the poem, the poet is repeating the idea again and again. He is saying this thing, that you should always remember, you should always have this thing in your mind, you should never ever forget this thing, because this is the most important thing. And what is the thing? That no men are foreign and no countries is strange, okay? So students, the poem ends here. This poem is having 5 stanzas and we have completed all these stanzas, okay? So this poem is having a very good message for all of us, and the poet is very beautifully he is presenting this idea that we all are human beings, right? This is the reason we all are same, okay? So no discrimination, no distinction, no difference should be there, okay? And we all should have a feeling of oneness, we all should have a feeling of brotherhood in our mind, okay? And we should respect each other, we should love each other, and there should be a feeling of harmony, okay, in our mind, in our heart, okay? Because we all are same, there is no discrimination, okay? God ने जब human beings को create किया, then at that time he does not to make any kind of discrimination. Nature does not create any kind of discrimination, okay? So natural objects are same everywhere. The land, the mother earth is same everywhere throughout the world. We human beings, we all are same, we all are having a very same particular physical structure is same, okay, all the organs are same, so there is no difference. जब God ने difference नहीं किया, nature ने difference नहीं किया, then why we human beings we are having so many differences, why we are having so many discrimination, okay, and why we are having this thing in our mind that you know those are for other people, those countries are foreign countries, those people are stranger for us, so why we are having this feeling, okay. And throughout the poem the poet is presenting so many ideas, okay, so many ways. On the basis of that he was trying to make us understand that yes, we all are same, okay, yes, we are having different skin color, we are having different language, we are having different caste or race, okay, or we can say religion, okay, but ultimately the ultimate truth is that yes, we all are human beings, okay, and this is the reason we all are same regardless of our skin color, regardless of our language or country or race or religion, okay. Ultimately there is only one truth, and that is we all are humans and we all are same, okay, and this is the reason we should love each other, okay. No war should be there, no fight should be there, no violence should be there, okay, because जो war होती है that is not at all beneficial, okay. जो भी war में indulge होता है हर किसी को बहुत loss होता है, okay, और even जो जो citizens होते हैं उन्हें सबसे ज़्यादा loss होता है, because in the poem we have read this thing that when there is peace, okay, then there is a prosperity, okay, and all the people they are having enough food to eat, right, but when there is war then everything जो जितनी भी harvest होती हैं, crops होती हैं, everything is destroyed, okay, and at that time all the people suffer, they die because of hunger, right. So there should be no war in this world, only peace should be there, only love should be there, okay. And one more important message that the poet conveyed through this poem is that अगर हम किसी strong person को win करना चाहते हैं, किसी की strength को हम win करना चाहते हैं, so there is only one way, okay, and what is that? That is that we can win anyone by love, okay. So there is no substitute of love. Love is the strongest feeling, okay, it is the strongest emotion, okay, and hatred, violence, okay, ये चीज़ें कभी भी love को overcome नहीं कर सकते हैं, because love is the most powerful feeling, it is the most important feeling and emotions of the human being. So we all should have this love, this harmony, this respect in our mind. Clear? So students, I hope the poem is very much clear to you all the literary devices that we have discussed, everything is clear to you all, okay. And in the next video we will see the comprehension part, we will solve the questions, but first of all we will see the summary, so that one more time we will revise that what is the central idea, or we can say what is the theme of the poem, okay. So see you in the next poem. Thank you.